Factors to consider when pricing electrical work include materials and labor costs. The cost of materials, including 1/2-inch rigid underground, Romex, and necessary fittings, should be taken into account. Labor costs vary based on the complexity of the installation and the hourly rate. If the customer is responsible for digging the trench, this can save significant time and expense. However, it's important to ensure the trench is dug to the correct depth and width to accommodate the rigid underground conduit. The location of the installation, including obstacles such as existing structures or landscaping, can affect the complexity and cost of the project. The availability of other electricians in the area and their pricing practices should be considered. An $1,100 bid seems reasonable given the materials and labor involved, assuming the customer is responsible for the digging. A previous job completed for $1,500, which included digging, would have likely been more expensive without the customer's assistance. If the other person is working too cheap, they may be cutting corners or using inferior materials, which could compromise the safety and effectiveness of the installation. It's impossible to say definitively whether the bid was too high without knowing the specific details of the job and the cost of the other person. Firstly, maintain confidence. Stick to the price if it is believed to be fair and reflects the value of the services. Secondly, emphasize quality and safety. Communicate to the customer the importance of using quality materials and adhering to code requirements. Thirdly, offer additional value. Consider offering additional services, such as a free inspection of the pool equipment, to add value to the bid. Research the pricing practices of other electricians in the area to ensure rates are competitive. When pricing an electrical job, you must consider materials, labor, and the complexity of the installation. A job involving 40 feet of 1/2-inch rigid underground conduit and 50 feet of Romex, along with installing a receptacle for an above-ground pool, requires careful estimation. The existence of a ground fault circuit interrupter, or GFCI, convenience receptacle and a bonding grid connected only to the motor and pool simplifies some aspects, but accurate pricing remains crucial. Material costs include the rigid conduit, Romex, the receptacle itself, and all necessary fittings and connectors. Prices for these can vary, so obtaining current quotes from suppliers is a good idea. Labor involves the time to run the conduit, pull the wire, make the connections, and install the receptacle. The complexity of the run, potential obstacles, and accessibility all influence this time. Digging can significantly impact the overall cost. If the customer handles the digging, the price should be lower, but it's vital to verify that the trench meets required specifications. The depth and width must accommodate the conduit properly, ensuring it's buried according to local electrical codes. Location impacts the job, with obstacles like existing structures or landscaping adding to the difficulty and time required. Competition from other electricians should influence your pricing. Researching typical rates in the area helps determine a competitive yet profitable bid. Factors that influence the decision include the quality of materials, adherence to safety standards, and electrical code compliance. Cutting corners on these can lead to low bids, but can result in unsafe installations. An $1,100 bid may be reasonable, assuming the customer does the digging, and that the materials used are up to code and of good quality. A previous job that involved digging and 50 feet of 1/2-inch rigid conduit and 50 feet of 1/2-inch electrical metallic tubing, or INT, on the outside of the house, priced at $1,500, reflects the added labor and materials for those tasks. It is also worth noting that differing situations can impact the cost. For instance, if running the electrical metallic tubing, or IMT, on the outside of the house requires more fittings or straps. Evaluate the previous and current job costs and ensure the pricing reflects the time and materials involved. Consider labor rates, material costs, and any unique aspects of the specific project. Also, be wary of situations where a competitor's price is significantly lower. It might indicate cutting corners or a lack of experience. Focus on providing quality and ensuring a safe electrical installation. Review the bid to ensure accurate cost estimation, consider the time involved, potential challenges, and the value the services provide. It might be beneficial to maintain the price if it accurately reflects the work and materials, highlighting the quality and safety. Effective communication with the customer is necessary. Be upfront about the quality of materials used, the adherence to electrical codes, and the importance of safety. Differentiating the bid by including value-added services might justify the price. Offering a free inspection of the pool equipment or providing a warranty on the work can set the services apart from competitors. Furthermore, consider the following elements when calculating the price. Firstly, permits and inspection fees need to be accounted for. Local electrical codes often require permits and inspections for electrical work, which cost money. Include these fees in the bid to avoid unexpected expenses. Secondly, liability insurance is a must. As an electrician, it's crucial to have adequate liability insurance to cover potential damages or injuries. A portion of the job cost should factor in the expense of maintaining this insurance. Thirdly, warranty and callbacks need consideration. Electrical work should include a warranty period. Allocating funds for potential callbacks or warranty work ensures being able to address any issues that arise after the installation. Fourthly, potential risks should be accounted for. Assess potential risks associated with the job, such as working in confined spaces, dealing with outdated wiring, or encountering unexpected obstacles. Factoring in a contingency for these risks prevents losses. Fifthly, travel time and expenses should be calculated. If the job site is far away, include travel time and transportation expenses in the bid. This covers the cost of fuel, vehicle maintenance, and the time spent traveling to and from the site. Sixthly, equipment costs must be evaluated. Certain electrical jobs require specialized equipment such as trenchers, conduit benders, or testing devices. Calculate the cost of renting or owning this equipment and include it in the bid. Seventhly, waste disposal fees are likely to occur. Disposing of old wiring, conduit, and other materials generates waste. Factor in the cost of proper waste disposal according to local regulations. Eighthly, marketing and advertising expenses must be considered. A portion of the business profits needs to go towards marketing and advertising efforts to attract new customers. Allocate a percentage of the project cost to cover these expenses. Ninthly, training and education need to be considered. Staying up to date with the latest electrical codes and technologies requires ongoing training and education. Setting aside funds for courses, certifications, and industry events ensures staying current and compliant. Tenthly, business overhead must be accounted for. Business overhead expenses, such as office rent, utilities, and administrative costs, need to be covered. Allocate a percentage of the project cost to contribute to these overhead expenses. By addressing these factors, a more comprehensive and accurate bid can be created, ensuring both profitability and customer satisfaction. Also, remember to reference the National Electrical Code, or NEC, for safe installation practices, proper wiring methods, and grounding and bonding requirements. Understanding the NEC helps create safe installations and also ensures the bid accounts for all necessary components and practices. For instance, NEC Section 250.122 dictates the size of the equipment grounding conductor, or EG, based on the overcurrent protective device. NEC Table 310.16 provides ampacity ratings for conductors based on insulation type and ambient temperature. Adhering to these requirements ensures compliance and safety. Providing a detailed and transparent bid shows professionalism and builds trust with the customer. Communicating the value of the services, the adherence to safety standards, and the quality of materials sets apart from competitors and justifies the pricing. Remember to maintain confidence in the pricing, focusing on delivering a safe and reliable electrical installation.